Another huge success was a game that we called the freeze game, where basically they learned a bunch of commands, a bunch of verbs, a bunch of moods, expressions. So they'd all stand up, and almost in Simon Says like fashion, I would say dance, 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 and they would learn because I would do it with them, and I would tell them in the very beginning what those words meant, and they would do it, and then I'd say freeze, and they'd all have to freeze. Then I'd throw out another command of eat, eat, and they would eat, and then I'd say freeze. And we went through a lot of different commands like that. I think, dance, eat, sleep, wake up. And giving it those kind of intonations also helped them, I found. Instead of just saying, towards the end of the year, they got to the point where they could just recognize the word by itself. But in actually doing the games in the beginning, I would try to give them hints by saying, sleep, wake up, sleep, wake up. And they would do those actions, and the intonation of your voice actually being a cue to let them know what it meant. But then we'd put freeze in after every command, so it was always the freeze game. Anyway, so verbs such as sleep, wake up, eat, dance, take a bath, they love that one, laugh, ha 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 ha. We'd also do expressions like happy, sad, mad, surprised, and you can make up a million and add more and more on, and we actually got to phrases. Eat an apple, eat a pizza, eat soup, eat a salad, and some of the kids got super good at this, and they would actually, the helper would actually, at the end of each class, get to do the freeze game, so they got to do the commands of eat, freeze, dance, freeze, sleep, freeze. And the ones that were really good could do things like touch your head, touch your shoulders, and actually say a whole commands. And then we later on at the very end of the year introduced negative commands. So don't dance, don't sleep, don't eat, things like that. But all these were really helpful for later reading activities and writing activities that we did as well. The freeze game. So, with the songs, and now transitioning into how we started to begin to read with some of the children, especially the children who are bilingual, the children who knew English very well, they'll have to, the older ones will have to learn how to read and to write. And so that'll be your job as an English teacher. One thing that I did at the very beginning that kind of transitioned us into getting excited about reading, beginning to recognize some words, always in everything, whenever you're doing reading, picking things that are relevant to them. So just learning how to read individual words that aren't tied to anything they've ever seen or that they care about is not really a good idea. Getting them to read words that maybe are from a book they really like, something like that, great idea. Or getting them to read words from songs that they really like. So once they learned a lot of these songs, they had them all memorized, I introduced what I called a songboard. And I actually left it in the English classroom if it's still there. You can use it, but we circled a lot of words and wrote on it. So what you could actually do is buy another, it's just like a flipboard that I got from Office Depot, and it has lots of paper on it. And so you can write in some songs or rhymes, or even words to some of the easier books like Brown Bear, things like that they can memorize, and then read along, quote unquote read along. So basically what we would do if it were Itsy Bitsy Spider, for example, they all had it memorized, the children who knew English, the children who didn't. Then, slowly, day by day, I'd begin to introduce new songs. Well, not new songs, but songs on the actual songboard. So we'd sing Itsy Bitsy Spider, and I would turn the board to the Itsy Bitsy Spider song, where it was written in big letters. And I would point to the words with a magic wand or something as we sang it. And over time, over the days and weeks, they actually get to the point where, not even realizing it, just implicitly they learn certain words in it. So I might show them some of the words. I might say, oh, this is the word spider, and circle it, and then say, oh, Jue, can you come find another word, another spider, the other spider word? And he would look basically for a word that looked just like the one that I had circled, but also just from having seen that song, those words over and over, and singing the song, they actually have a pretty good idea about what words are which is a great thing to do. Then from transitioning from that into, I guess, more advanced reading, I would take some of those very same words, such as spider, bee, bear, whatever words came in those songs, peanut, and do other activities with them.